So I challenged myself to make $100,000 in only 90 days in my business. And girl, I'm not even gonna hold you, this challenge almost broke me. But I was at one of the lowest points in my business, so I was like, how bad can it really get? Before we even get into this, girl, let me tell you, I did not hit the goal. But I did change my entire life and my entire business. I'm making this video because I wanted to break down the entire journey so that you can take away the key things that I learned and my key mistakes so that you don't have to make these mistakes in your business. You can use the lessons learned so you can make your first $100,000. And that's what today's video is about. If you're new here, hey bestie, my name's Natalia Lee Marie, and I'm the founder and CEO of Golden the Brand, which is one of my businesses, but that's my baby. I founded Golden back in January of 2020, and girl, it has been an incredible ride. Incredible meaning there's been a bunch of that has happened, but we on the other side, or we're climbing the mountain. We'll get into what the journey of that has been, how we started, how we went from sleeping in our car to hotel rooms, and how we walked away from another six-figure business, and a whole bunch of stuff. That will be for another video. Y'all let me know if y'all want to hear the story. But all in all, I wanted to make this video and even change the kind of direction of this channel because I really want to show the reality of building a business. Real side of building a product-based business, especially because our business is a handcrafted business, meaning like we manufacture all of our products. And the first 12,000 products that we have made, I personally have sewn them all myself with the help of my husband. You know, he be clipping things here and there, but mostly it's been me sewing and getting shit done. Imagine the hours, the sacrifice, the highs, the lows, the tears, all the things that have happened and we've experienced in the last 5 to 6 years of building this business. And I just feel like a lot of the times people show the highlight reel on social media, and I just don't want to do that, because when I am ever feeling unmotivated, especially like in the beginning years of business of building Golden, I would feel unmotivated. I would feel like alone, and I would go on YouTube, Instagram, wherever, and I'd be looking up other business owners, and I would find business owners who were super successful, and it just felt like I was inspired by them, but I couldn't necessarily relate to them. And they were kind of showing the highlight reel, like all the orders, the Shopify screenshots, all the things, and I just felt very alone. Like, this shit is hard. Are they not struggling? Are they not overwhelmed? Are they not burnt out? Is it just me? And it had me second guessing myself and my abilities so much. So I just felt like I wanted to create a channel that showcases the real and not the highlight reels. That's one of the reasons why I decided that I wanted to document this challenge. I really wanted to document everything that had to do with Project 100,000 because I wanted to show the truth and the reality. You know, like, I chose a big lofty goal. I chose to try to do something that we usually could do in a year in only 90 days, which is super intense. And I wasn't like, oh man, like I wasn't feeling, I didn't say to myself, oh, we're not gonna hit it, but then I also wasn't like hell-bent on hitting the goal either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I was doing this to stretch myself, and the only way that I could get us to the next level and really kind of like remind myself why I'm doing this at all was to do this journey. And that's kind of what sparked it. Personally, 2025 was one of the hardest years of business for me. Not the hardest, but one of them. I feel like it was a difficult year for everybody, but you know, I feel like I had a lot of like just burnout. I think burnout is such a huge thing that it's kind of a buzzword, but the feelings and the emotions and the mindset behind it is real. And I felt like I had a lot of burnout, and because of the burnout, I felt like I wanted to quit a lot. Like, last year was the first year that I ever thought about quitting so much or getting a job or something like that. Like, I have worked for myself, other than like gig work like DoorDash and stuff. I've worked for myself pretty much since I graduated college, since 2018. Last year was the year where I was like, I need to actually like start sending out applications, filling out applications, sending out my resume, whatever, because this is stressing me out. I don't know if we're gonna get past this. And at the lowest time, I found that I needed to challenge myself so that I could see how much more I could take and if it was really worth it and if I was going to really give it my all. Throughout the journey, I found that. I found my spark again. I found my commitment again. I got more clarity. And it's funny because I know you're probably like, well, you didn't even hit the goal. But sweetie, it wasn't even about hitting the goal for real. It was about finding myself again and stretching myself to be the woman who can do 6 figures in 90 days. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it was about. It was about restructuring our business. It was about pivoting. It was about putting certain systems in place. It was about getting things organized, redoing our foundations. Like we're in our 6th year of business now. Most businesses, like 80 to 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. So I feel like it was kind of understandable that I was feeling that way, because in reality, it's such a turning point for us in our business. It's literally like going to this next level. These next 5 years required a different mentality, different systems, different skill sets, different vision, like different everything than the first 5 years. What we have to do for the next 5 years is not the same thing that got us through the first 5 years, if that makes sense. And so that's really what this challenge is about. Now I'm gonna get into all the numbers and I'm gonna get into all the lessons and I'm gonna get into all the stuff, but I just kind of wanted to break that down a little bit, because people see certain things on social media, like hitting 1 million or do this and do that, and they get so caught up in the numbers, but you don't even understand the process that it takes to get there. And I wanted to document some of the process so that you can see there's a bunch of like ordinary shit, there's a bunch of second guessing, there's a bunch of mess ups, there's a bunch of ugly things that happen behind the scenes. It's not pretty building a business from the ground up. I'm talking about bootstrapped. It's not cute, okay? But I'm committed, and you have to do what you have to do, and I'm committed. And so that's kind of what this challenge and journey got me back connected to. All right, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk some numbers. So the goal was to do 100K in only 90 days. Like I mentioned before, normally our average would be about 6 figures for the year, or 100,000 for the year, or like around there, whatever the case it be. So I was like, okay, why not try to do that in 90 days? This was very much testing my discipline, testing clarity, intention, our systems. Like this challenge really showed us the gaps and the leaks in our systems. That was a huge thing, because at the end of the day, you could get to 100K by accident, and there have been years where we have done that by accident. But one of the things for this challenge was that I wanted to ensure that we systematically get to the goals that we set forth. And so by doing that would really help overhaul the whole business and our sales funnel, right? Funny thing about it is there was so much different things that happened that we had to pivot. Like when it came to like our fabric, like I said, we manufacture all of our products. It's intensive labor, right? But then also we use custom printed fabric as well. So most of the years of our business, we have like 90% of our products have been custom printed fabric. And so the custom printed fabric, we use different partners, one in Miami and some other ones, to custom print our fabric. And after like a few years relationship with one of our partners, they kind of fell off the face of the earth last year. And so that really put a damper on our production and put us way behind. So we were like unsure on what to do next. So in the summer, for like 3 or 4 months, our store was on pause. We weren't even really accepting orders like that. And so you can imagine that gave us a huge hit to our sales, right? We had to rebuild up momentum, repivot, and figure out different things. And I feel like in 2025, I was very like doing so many different things. Like we were doing robes, we started doing bonnets, I started doing head wraps, I started like adding on all these products and everything, all these things. And the truth about it is, when you're growing your business up to like at least $1 million, your product line should be very slim. Like if you could do one SKU, like if you could do one type of product, you really should. But you know me, I be like having all these ideas, being creative, being able to bring these things to life. And so I was kind of like all over the place. And that was one thing that hurt us as well when I was looking back at it, is like when you are building a brand, it doesn't even matter if we've been building our brand and we have a great community, a community of over 100, probably almost 200,000, maybe 150,000, 160,000. They're on different platforms. Probably like close to 200,000 besties in our community. It's great, but that's nothing. Like that's not as much. Like I don't want to say that. Like, that is amazing. I'm so grateful for that. What I'm trying to say is that there are so many more people out there, right? And so, like, if you're scatterbrained and you're all over the place, people won't really know what you stand for, and they won't really associate your brand with a specific product. And so you need to be known for something. That's what's going to help you to scale to at least 1 million, being known for something. And so, like, we were known a lot for anime and for our shorties, our core product, right? But the thing about it is, for anime, it would be a lot of custom printed fabric. But the custom printed fabric started being like, So we were like, okay, like, we cannot build our business off of this, because then if at any moment we're not able to get the custom printed fabric the way that we need to, our whole business stops. And this is what I mean about pivoting. This is what I mean about, like, shit just happening and you're having to figure out how to overcome it. These are some of the things that we experienced in 2025, and this is when we kind of pivoted, using more localized vendors, doing this, doing that, and that required a different way that we present ourselves to our audience. So we had to change and overhaul all of that, right? And so at first glance, that might sound like, damn, you had to do all that, but I'm looking at it as such a benefit, because I'd rather that happen now than later. And I understand that that's what got us to this point will not get us to the next point. We need to be known for specific things. We need to be this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of like slowed us down so that we can reevaluate. Because we were going and going and going and going, but they needed to slow us down so we can reevaluate. So all in all, we ended up doing half of what we usually would do for the year. Most people would be freaking out, but I just feel like we did so much overhauling to the business that 2026 is about to go, simply because of all the changes that we made. And I feel like me being able to be in a certain mindset when it came to this challenge helped me to look at all the leaks in the systems and all the leaks in the business so that we can plug them. So specifically in that 90-day period, we did about 11.5K. It was about 139 orders. And to give you kind of like a perspective, the year before, for that same period, we did 24.7K for the same 90-day period for the year before. So clearly we did not hit the 100K. We didn't even come close to that, baby. We didn't even make a quarter of it, okay? But the thing about business is that there's ups and downs. It's more than just the numbers. Like, the year before we did like 121, then, you know, have that. The thing about it is, like, it's a learning lesson, and I keep reminding myself that our business is in infancy stage, but it's me and my husband, and the things that we have been able to accomplish and the things that we've been able to do in these last few years, especially with the fact that we manufacture our own products, we do all of our marketing, we do all of it, is a change maker. You know what I'm saying? We both have backgrounds in marketing. I specifically have a background in international business and trade as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's really about just pivoting and not getting caught up in the numbers, but actually getting caught up in the progress. And the progress are the actions that you're making and the things that are happening because of the action that you're making. You understand what I'm saying? So to recap, no, we did not hit the 100K. No, we didn't really come close, but there were some major wins that came from this that literally I'm just so happy and hyped about, and I can't wait to like tell y'all. Some of the wins for the last 90 days. We've revamped our product lines, meaning we got more specific and strict on what we're selling so that we don't overwhelm our customers. So we are less reliant on custom printed fabric, right? Getting smarter, making sure that our supply chain is tighter than it was so we're not impacted so heavily by outside factors. There's a reason why we decided to do the labor in-house anyway. If we were getting our stuff overseas or this or that, tariffs would have told us down in 2025. And even though we weren't heavily impacted, our partners were, which then impacted us. So by doing those things and having less reliance on custom printed fabric, which means we gotta wait for the fabric to be made, then shipped to us, and this so and so forth, it cuts down on our processing times, so we can give our customers a better experience so they can get their stuff faster. When they get their stuff faster, every single time, like, it's very, very good, they turn around and they order again, right? So that increases our LTV. It increases our lifetime value per customer because they're having a better experience. One of the biggest things was, in that time period, we brought on a marketing intern. and she helped so much. Expanding the team really pushed me to be a better leader and to be more organized, to be more on my stuff, to plan things out more, because when you have a team member that's looking to you and you got to tell them like what to do, you got to be more organized, more strategic, and more intentional. And so it really made me raise my bar as a leader. She came on and she helped so much. I just saw such a change and such a difference. So we decided to bring her on part-time. And girl, I feel so amazing because we started off the year with expanding the team, having a paid team member. Last year, 2025, we started off the year, we did have a paid team member part-time. She was a part-time seamstress, so she was helping to sew. But here's the thing about slowing down and getting smarter. It's like we needed to assess where we needed the most help, and can't do it all on our own. We needed to expand the team, and a lot of people might be afraid to take that first step. I was, but especially my husband, he's very like on the safe side, right? You have to expand and able to grow. Like, he and I are capped. There's only so much that we can do. But when you expand the team and you're being intentional with the task that you are giving said person or people, it's going to help your business grow if you're in the space for it. Now, I'm not telling you to just go out there and just start throwing money and pick. That's not what I'm saying. Once upon a time, I would have did that. I'm saying be strategic about it. One, we brought her on as an intern so that we can see if it's even a good fit. It was like a month and a half, 2 months, right? Giving her specific tasks that could show her capabilities, but also that I would need to delegate to save me time. Once she was showing up and showing out about that, then we're like, okay, let's bring her on part-time. We didn't say, oh, we'll bring you on full-time and da-da-da. Part of that part-time is actually in person, so she's going to come here to the office and we'll be able to get work done. And tasks that we're going to have her do are going to be things that are going to majorly take pressure off of us and be revenue-producing activities. You understand what I'm saying? The difference between having a seamstress that was part-time was a person that was helping once the orders come in. Now, we're having a marketing intern. This person is helping to have more orders come in, which means more growth. Being smarter about how we're going about it, but expanding the team means expansion for the business. That's just huge. That is huge. That is huge. We slowed down because we pivoted, because we did these things. It helped us to be in alignment to be able to make these moves. We revamped our ads. We cleaned up our cash flow and our accounting activities. We just did all these different things to make sure that we have more solid systems for all the growth and expansion that's about to come. It's the biggest thing. We reduced discounts about 80%. When I went back and I looked at our numbers over the last few years, our discounts were just a lot. Like, I think one of the years we gave like $15,000 of discounts. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that was a year that we either hit 6 figures or were close, but girl. And that's because I had the mindset that in order for people to order, they needed a discount. And the truth of the matter is, that was only making us train our customers to only shop with a discount. We have to set the tone. You understand what I'm saying? And so this year I was like, okay, no. Like, we can do discounts when it makes sense, like in our flows and things of that sort, but we need our coins so that we can operate the way that we need to operate. We reduced our discounts by 80%, which means more money in our pocket that we can give our customers a better experience, and we can have actual money and profits to grow the business instead of break it even, which is amazing. But one of the biggest things is I have changed so much over the course of the last 9 days. I feel like I've become more disciplined, more consistent, more focused. I feel like I got my groove back. I'm excited again. I have this expansive mind. I'm stretched outside of my comfort zone and outside of my box, so I just feel like I can do so much more. I just feel so aligned with where we're going and our goals. And that's necessary in order for the business to grow. At one point last year, I felt like the business was outgrowing me, and now I feel like I have more space and more gas in the tank to really roll. You know, we will really roll and do what we got to do to grow this incredible brand. And I feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. It's easy. Every day it's a choice. There were days that there would be no sales, and there were days that there would be good sales, right? And so I needed to create a floor for us, because growing a brand can be chaotic, but with systems in place, it really helps you to make better decisions and to make decisions that are not emotional. You have to put your emotions to the side. And that's one of the things I feel like helped me the last 90 days, even making the decision to bring on our marketing assistant. I wanted to do it in a way that made sense to the business, even how much we offered to pay her for the role, the hours that we can give her. It's about being all flashy and all that. It's about what can the business maintain, and then having KPIs in place that allows us to know when it's time to grow, when it's time to give her more hours, when it's time to up her rate. You know what I mean? More strategic decisions. So that's the biggest thing about this challenge was not about hitting the number like I've been stressing. It was really about, for me, becoming the woman that I aspire to be, pushing myself, holding myself accountable. And I'm so grateful that I recorded this. Doing that was even a task. There were some days I missed. I had to prove to myself that I could cross the finish line and cross it in public, simply because I started it in public. I met so many of amazing you guys along the way. You guys have just been watching the journey and encouraging me and telling me that you want to be a part of the next one and all these incredible things. And I just feel like, man, I'm grateful just to be able to share, and so that people know that they're not alone, and for you to see the real that's behind the scenes, and for you to just be a part of this journey, and for this to be a time capsule, because a year, 2 years from now, I'm gonna be looking back on it like, damn girl, I'm so glad you did it, you know? And so bestie, like, this is not the end. We are coming into 2026. This January 15th right now. We are coming into 2026 just launching, just out the gate swinging, y'all. And I'm just grateful. We are on our way back to our floor, like, which was at least 10K months. So what we did when we did in the 90 days, right now, I'm pretty sure we are close to doing that again in like a month's time, 30 days, right? That's amazing progress. Going from 90 days doing 11K to doing 11K in 30 days is amazing progress. We're not quite there yet. I think we're shy maybe 2,000-3,000, but we are making our ways, and we're doing it right. We're doing it better. We're doing it, you know, with systems in place so that it's repeatable, so it's happening month after month. That's the way that you're growing a business. That's the way that you need to grow a business, through systems. And so I'm just happy. I'm just grateful. We have the pieces that we need. I feel like the challenge is about getting the pieces together, and I feel like we have the pieces that we need. And so I'm just feeling expansive and grateful. And I'm grateful for you guys for following along for this journey, for all the people that watch on day one and who have been encouraging me. I appreciate you so much. What's next, right? Like 2026, it's top of the year, 15 days in, baby. What's next is I'm stretching myself more. I am not done. I do not care. $1 million this year. $1 million this year. 7 figures. I gave myself 90 days before, but 12 months, top of the year, fresh, new systems, new products, or expanded team. Oh baby, don't play with her when she in her zone. Don't play with her when she in her zone. Play with her when she is in that mode. So I said to myself, I was thinking as we were wrapping up Project 100,000, I'm like, you're an ambitious girly, always been. So what you gonna do next? What's up? I'm not doing back to 100,000 again. No, we're expanding, because I need to be stepping into the version of me who does 7 figures. I've done 6 figures. I'm jumping all the way up. Plan is already written down, by the way, of how. So this is not some, no. Plan is written down about how exactly we're getting there. Already discussed it with hubby. He's locked in, we're locked in. So I decided, why not take y'all along again? A whole year? Baby, girly, you want to see the behind the scenes of building a brand to 7 figures? This is our 6-year business. What is the perfect time? The perfect time. We're growing exponentially every single day. So why not? What's a better time? That's what's next. I wanted to wrap this up first. That's what's next. What should we call it? Like, is it Project 1 million? Project 1 million, like 7-figure club, like what are we calling her? What are we calling her? So comment below what we should name this series. Also let me know what y'all think about, like, how often, like, do you want, mind you, I have mad footage to upload on YouTube, like long form content of like the days. approach 100,000. Like, but you gotta just give me some time to get that up, because girl, your girl is busy. I ain't gonna hold you. I do like a weekly sit down check-in like this, and then daily recaps on TikTok, daily recaps on TikTok, a weekly check-in like Sundays, like face-to-face like this, YouTube. And then I don't know, but I also kind of want to like show you the days. I don't know, y'all tell me what y'all want. And I have to also try not to like overdo it. So focused. This is happening, and I'm so excited, and I want to take y'all along this journey as we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it, because your girl is locked and loaded. So let me know the name of what the series should be, if I should do daily recaps on TikTok, and then how often I should upload on YouTube, and how should it be? Like, do you want to like weekly vlog or face-to-face recap like this? Which one are you thinking? Let me know in the comments. Make sure that you subscribe, and yeah, follow me on TikTok so you can see daily. I'm thinking we're gonna start tomorrow. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just gonna start at least the daily recaps, and then y'all let me know what y'all think. But yeah, guys, I love y'all so much. I thank you so much for being a part of this journey, and for this next journey, 7 figures in 2026. With that being said, it's me, your girl, Natalia Limri. I thank you for being here, and I love you, bestie. Till next time, bye.